the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega. And off scene, you probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
What is going down, everybody? Welcome. Happy New Year and happy 2020. It is the season premiere of Am I on the Air? Welcome to the show, my friends. Yes, it's a new year. It's a new day. Yes, it is. And I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show, my friends. Like I said, it's the season premiere. It's season 20, episode 1, and tonight's show is titled Golden. So I welcome you guys, man. You know, it hasn't been that long. I know it feels like forever when I do an introduction like that, right? Season premiere, like we've been off the air for months and you've just been clamoring and waiting for it to return. Well, it's only been a week since the last episode, but you know, that last episode was in 2019. So it is a whole new year. It's a whole new fresh approach. And it's time once again to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment news. So you know what it is, you know what it is, you know why you come here, you know why you listen on a weekly basis to find out everything that's going down in television, movies, reviews, and the whole nine. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everybody had a great new year, and let's get ready to rock this thing once again for another year. All right, let's get into it. As we always start a show here, I try to bring you a new movie review. Something's out in theaters right now, something to discuss. And it's a couple weeks late, but you know what? I finally got caught up on Richard Jewell. And, you know, this movie came out a couple weeks ago, written and directed by Clint Eastwood. And I saw the trailer, and I was actually very, very intrigued by the trailer. I did not remember very much about this actual story. This is a true story about an American security guard, Richard Jewell, who saved thousands of lives from an exploding bomb at the 1996 Olympics. But a journalist ran a story that the FBI was looking into him as a terrorist. And basically, he went from being a hero to somebody that everybody was going after as a villain, basically. A very, very intriguing story. So I went and checked it out over the weekend with Geeky Pat, and I gotta tell you guys, I loved this movie. It was so damn good. I wish there was more awards chatter for the people involved in this movie because it played out so well. I loved watching this thing unfold. I gotta give a big shout out to Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Richard Jewell. This guy, I've only seen him in a couple things. He's a newer actor. He's going to be in a lot of things coming up down the road. But he plays Richard Jewell, and he's so damn good in this movie. His emotions, the way he's treated, the way he treats others, he's just phenomenal. So I wish he got some more love. Sam Rockwell. We all love Sam Rockwell. He can do no wrong. Well, he's in this movie as Richard Jewell's lawyer, and he's great. You have Kathy Bates in this thing. She plays his mom. And she got a little bit of awards love. Watched the Golden Globes last night. We'll talk more about that later. And she actually got nominated for playing the role of Bobby Jewell. You got Olivia Wilde in this thing. She plays the reporter that basically says that the FBI is looking into him. Speaking of the FBI, you got John Hamm in this thing. as one of the FBI agents that's really going hard to bring Richard Jewell down. So, man, I cannot speak highly enough for this movie. Like I said, it is just such a good thing. If you like watching these true story kind of biography kind of movies, you really should go and support this and watch Richard Jewell. It's a hell of a story. It's well acted, and my hat's off to Clint Eastwood for pulling out a real good one here. At the end of the day, you know, I would give this 4 out of 5 stars, and the only reason I almost went 5 out of 5 for this thing, and the only reason I would go 4 out of 5 is just, it's slow at moments, and I feel like once you've seen it once, you might not have as much appreciation for it the second or third time around, so that's why I kind of hesitated a little bit on going 5, but 4 is fantastic for a movie like this. I mean, especially for me. So take it for what it is, man. I think you guys would really enjoy it. Richard Jewell, 4 out of 5 stars, man. Go support this film if you can. I do not think you will regret it whatsoever. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to think which direction I want to go in. You know what? Let's just jump right into the Golden Globe stuff, because last night was the Golden Globes, and of course that is the second biggest night for awards. You know, of course, we got the Oscars coming, but the Golden Globes are kind of that setup, right? It's the first big award show out of the new year. This is where we start to really see what's going down, what kind of things will probably be nominated when the Oscars come out, and it kind of gives us a good idea. So this was on TV last night, and I'm going to run through the winners here for the Golden Globes. So, Best Motion Picture Drama went to 1917, which actually goes into wide release this weekend. So good on that. 1917 winner for that. Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy went to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Very happy with that. I love that movie. Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama went to Renee Zellweger for Judy. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama went to my boy Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. That's right. I was so happy to see him win for Joker, so that's awesome. I wasn't sure, man. He was up against some stiff competition, but he pulled that one out, and I'm very happy to see. Now, next up is the Oscar. Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy went to Awkwafina for The Farewell. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy went to Taron Egerton for Rocket Man. Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture went to Laura Dern for Marriage Story. Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture went to Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So congratulations, Brad Pitt. He was fantastic in that movie. Best Director went to Sam Mendes for 1917. Best Screenplay went to Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Best Motion Picture Animated went to Missing Link. This was one that had me head scratching big time. For Best Animated, Missing Link was up against Frozen 2, the biggest animated movie of all time, Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, which was phenomenal, Toy Story 4, which was phenomenal, and The Lion King, which was phenomenal. Missing Link is the worst animated film on this list by a mile, and somehow it won. I was like, what? I literally sat up out of my seat watching this thing last night and was just like, are you shitting me? So, congratulations to Missing Link. I don't know how this happened, but congratulations. Left me very, very stunned. Best Motion Picture for Foreign Language goes to Parasite. Heard a lot of good things about Parasite. Best Original Score went to Joker. Best Original Song went to I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Elton John from Rocket Man. Best Television Series Drama went to Succession. Best Television Series Musical or Comedy went to Fleabag. Best Television Limited Series or Motion Picture Made for Television went to Chernobyl. Best Performance by an Actress in a Limited Series or Motion Picture went to Michelle Williams for Fosse Verdon. Best Performance by an Actor in a Limited Series or Motion Picture Made for Television went to Russell Crowe for The Loudest Voice. Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series went to Olivia Colman for The Crown. Best performance by an actor in a television series went to Brian Cox for Succession. Best performance by an actress in a television series, musical, or comedy went to Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Fleabag. Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical, or comedy went to Rami Youssef for the show Rami. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a series, limited, went to Patricia Arquette for The Act, which was great. I love The Act. If you haven't seen that, check that out over on Hulu. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role went to Stellan Skarsgård for Chernobyl. The Cecil B. DeMille Award went to Tom Hanks, and the Carol Burnett Award went to Ellen DeGeneres. So there you go. That is a quick rundown of the Golden Globes 2020 that just went down last night. Okay, so now that we got that stuff all out the way, let's blaze through all of our news that dropped in the last week or so. Cats. Yes, Cats is number 10 at the box office this weekend, but man, is it still losing a lot of money. That's right. Cats likely to lose the studio at least $100 million when everything's said and done. Oh boy. Todd Phillips, writer and director of Joker, says that we're all open with regards to making a Joker sequel. So this thing seems inevitable, right? It made over $1 billion, one of the most profitable films ever, and especially if it keeps winning awards, I feel like a sequel is just gonna happen. It's just inevitable at this point. So they're just teeing it up for us right now, saying that everybody's ready. Disney CEO Bob Iger says that the Star Wars Disney Plus shows could become movies down the road. So, take that for what it will. Disney Plus also confirms that WandaVision is actually going to be coming in 2020. I'm super excited about this. I did not think WandaVision was going to come out this year. So it looks like we're going to have 2 Marvel Studios shows. We're going to have Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then we'll have WandaVision later in the year. So that gets me excited. I can't wait to see some more original content on Disney Plus. Very happy to hear about WandaVision. The first full trailer for A Quiet Place 2 dropped a couple days ago, and it's a really cool trailer. I really, really dug it. The movie drops in March. Check out this trailer, man. It's pretty cool. It shows a nice little flashback of when the creatures first come, and then where the movie's taking us now. It's a great trailer. I really, really dug it. Director Greta Gerwig says she's developing a tap dancing musical. New Mutants director confirms that the released version will be the original cut. That's right. Speaking of New Mutants, the new trailer finally dropped today. So we do have that posted up on our social media. Remember, New Mutants is in the X-Men universe. It's in the Fox X-Men universe, which no longer belongs to Fox because Disney bought it. This was a movie that was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Then they pushed it back, and they said, we're going to do some reshoots, we're going to add some new scenes, we're going to make it scarier, it's going to be really cool. So they pushed it back. Then they pushed it back again. And then they pushed it back again, and now it's been purchased by Disney, and a lot of us are thinking, no, there's no way. This movie's not going to come out. A couple months ago, people that are in this movie said, you know what, we never did those reshoots. Which I was like, really? They pushed this movie back multiple times to do reshoots, and they didn't even do the damn reshoots? And then now the director comes out and says the movie that's being released is his original cut. So once again, we're right back to ground zero. We've done no reshoots, and the same damn movie that was going to come out 2 years ago is what's coming out now in April. I don't even see how this is being released. Honestly, why would Marvel Studios, which now owns the rights to this, want to slap their name on this? And why would it be released in theaters? This is just going to be confusing. This is not the introduction to mutants that I think the MCU wants. This thing should be released on Hulu or Disney Plus. It should be released on some streaming platform. And I'm still not 100% this thing's going to come out in the theater in April. I'm just not. They're saying right now that it's going to come out on April 3rd. If it does, I'll be shocked. I will say this, the trailer looked very, very good. It was a way better trailer than the one we got 2 years ago. It looks great, and they showed us more stuff. It looks a little bit more action-packed. I dug it. But I just don't see this thing hitting theaters. I just feel like the confusion's too much. But we will see. We will see. Michael B. Jordan's Raising Dion has been renewed for season 2 over on Netflix. I'm super excited about this. If you've listened to the show the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about Raising Dion. This was a show I binge watched over the last couple of weeks and I absolutely loved. So very happy to see that it's been picked up for a second season, because it definitely leaves off on a note where you're like, ooh, I want to see what's next. So very, very happy to see that will continue. Earlier cuts of The Rise of Skywalker gave more backstory to the Palpatine situation, so that would be cool. Some people are even rumoring that there is a J.J. Abrams director's cut out there somewhere. So we're still waiting on the Snyder cut of Justice League, so I guess now we'll have to wait for the J.J. Abrams director's cut, the Abrams cut of The Rise of Skywalker. So, and if all goes well, on a side note, we should be recording the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker spoiler review, the Am I Still in the Air, later this week. I do have plans with the guys. I got friggins, got peeps. We're trying to get it together. We're trying to figure out the schedule. It looks like it's going to happen in the next couple days, so we will be recording that. So keep an eye out for that special spoiler-filled edition of Rise of Skywalker. We'll dig into that one. We have the trailer for Gretel and Hansel, which I could not care even less about. RuPaul, he had a talk show that he was trying to do. Well, it's not moving forward anymore. That's right. The RuPaul talk show is not moving forward into syndication. Disney shatters its own global box office record, earning $11 billion in 2019. $11 billion. Can you imagine? So awesome. Congratulations to Uncut Gems. You know, our last week episode was called Uncut, and we talked about Uncut Gems. I love this movie. And I found out that Uncut Gems actually has the 7th most F-bombs in movie history. So there you go. Fucking awesome. Enjoy it. Congratulations. 7th most. We have the first trailer for Hunters, which is coming to Amazon Prime Video on February 21st. So look for that coming out very, very soon. February 21st. Executive produced by my man Jordan Peele. Stars Al Pacino. Looks pretty cool. It's like a modern day thing where they're hunting Nazis. Check it out for yourself. Todd Phillips, of course, like you said, going back, writer-director of the Joker movie, says that he wants a Joker universe Batman movie. That's right. He says he would love to make a Batman movie that's set in the world he created for Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and kind of do their own thing. Well, you know what, Todd? That's a Batman movie, and that's what you guys said you're not making. So move along, please. Move along. Which, speaking of Batman, the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, directed by Matt Reeves, started filming today, which is pretty awesome. So congratulations, that production has started there. And we're finally going to be getting some, hopefully some new stills and some shots. I can't wait to see what kind of costume they're going with. I'm very, very excited. Killing Eve has been renewed for season 4. Ahead of its season 3 premiere. That's right, season 3 hasn't even aired yet, and they've already renewed this thing for season 4. I need to get into this show, that's for damn straight. Margot Robbie confirms that Jared Leto's Joker will not be in Birds of Prey. I still don't really trust her. I feel like he's going to make a cameo. I think she's trying to keep it a surprise, but who knows? I wouldn't doubt it either if he's not in this movie whatsoever. Kevin Smith says that his Mallrats sequel is back on. I'll believe it when I see it at this point. Kevin Smith loves to talk. So I will believe it when I see it. I would love a Mallrats sequel, but this is something he's been trying to do for a long time, and we haven't really gotten anywhere with it. So I need to see more. Netflix reveals 21 original films coming in 2020. So we got that list up talking about all the main ones. So check that out if you're interested to see what's coming. Disney Plus announces that Star Wars The Clone Wars is going to actually be debuting on the Disney Plus streaming service in February. So look for that next season of Clone Wars coming very, very soon. Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood supposedly has a 4-hour cut that should be released next year. So, or in about a year's time. So we'll see if that ever sees the light of day. A 4-hour cut. So there you go. Let's see here. The Grudge reboot came out this past weekend and it bombed. That's right. It made $11 million in its debut, but it got flunked out by audiences with a F cinema score, an F. And then also had like a 10% Rotten Tomatoes and like a 15% fan rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This thing's getting ripped apart. So congratulations, Grudge. Let's see here. Oh, man. Frozen 2. Congratulations to Frozen 2. I kind of mentioned this earlier in the show, but it has officially become the top grossing animated film of all time with $1.3 billion after passing The Incredibles 2, which had $1.2 billion. And of course beat also the first Frozen, which had $1.21 billion. So congratulations to Frozen 2, already the biggest animated film of all time, man. Very, very, very cool. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is almost clearing that $1 billion mark. It's sitting at 918 million worldwide as of this past weekend. So congratulations there. That is awesome. Give me one sec. Let's look past, because now I'm at the point in my notes of the Golden Globes, which we kind of jumped ahead and already discussed. So, outside of the Golden Globes, which of course we have the full list up on our social media if you wanted to go through that again. Something that we did not have clarification on, but we do know now that they are filming the new Batman movie, Matt Reeves has officially confirmed that Colin Farrell is playing the Penguin in the new Batman movie. So pretty awesome. Congratulations to Colin Farrell, who I think is going to be a great Oswald Cobblepot. Speaking of someone else joining a comic book movie, I'm actually pretty shocked by this one. A former Batman himself, Christian Bale, is in final discussions and final talks with Marvel to be in the next Thor movie. That's right, Thor Love and Thunder, directed by Taika Waititi. The fourth Thor movie looks to be casting Christian Bale in an unknown role, or a secret role that we don't know about. I love it. I think this is really, really cool. I never in a million years expected the way Christian Bale is these days. I feel like, especially after Batman, he was not going to come back to a comic book movie, let alone Thor 4. But it must be something really cool. And I think he probably just wants to work with Taika Waititi. But this is pretty cool news, man. This just broke earlier today. So very cool. Christian Bale cast for Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder. Love it, love it, love it. Justin Roiland is creating a new animated series called Gloop World for that new service, Quibi. Dennis Haysbert has been cast as Lucifer for the final season. Not as Lucifer, as God. Sorry, excuse me. We already have a Lucifer for Lucifer. Dennis Haysbert has been cast as God for the final season of Lucifer. I love this. Dennis Haysbert is great, and he's got one of those voices. That's all state, Stan, right? So he's going to be great as God. I love it, and that's pretty badass casting right there. Josie Tota has landed a lead role in the Saved by the Bell revival that's coming to the Peacock streaming service here pretty soon. The Offenders, Amazon, BBC are teaming up for a new British comedy drama series. That's right, so we'll see where that takes us. The Walking Dead movie is set to take the franchise in a wild new direction. So yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. Timothee Chalamet is set to play Bob Dylan in a new biopic film from James Mangold, which I think is really, really cool. Will Arnett is set to produce an animated comedy called Temporary Humans, which is going to be on the Fox network. We already talked about that 4-hour cut. We already talked about Frozen 2 being the biggest. And our last piece of news here, which, like I said, there isn't a ton of stuff going on right now because of the new year, so we're able to still continue to get through this news real quick. I'm excited about this, though. It looks like they're moving forward with a Knives Out sequel. That's right. Rian Johnson said that he is writing it right now. They are bringing back Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is set to return. He will be coming back as his sleuth detective role, and I suspect foul play. But he's going to have a new mystery to solve, and they're going to get a whole new big ensemble cast once again, like they did for Knives Out. So I love it. This is really, really cool. Knives Out was a great movie with an awesome cast, and I can't wait to see what kind of cast he puts together for the sequel with Daniel Craig coming back to try to solve it. Very, very cool news that just dropped earlier today as well. Knives Out sequel in development. Love it, love it, love it. All right, my friends, that is the news of the week. Out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow is going to be Joker. Hey, speaking of Joker, and The Lighthouse. If you like digital, you could have already got Joker weeks ago, like I did. So, in theaters this Friday is going to be Underwater, Like a Boss, 1917, and Just Mercy. Here's your box office top 10 as of this past weekend. Number 10 is Cats with 2.6 mil. Number 9 is Bombshell with 4.1. Number 8 is Uncut Gems with 7.8. Number 7 is Knives Out with 9 million. Number 6 is Spies in Disguise with 10.1. Number 5 is Frozen 2 with 11.3. Number 4 is The Grudge with 11.3. Number 3 is Little Women with 13.6. Number 2 is Jumanji, The Next Level with 26.5. And number 1, once again, for the third week in a row, it's Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker with 33.7 million in its third week. So congratulations there to Star Wars. So, with that all being said, I'm done. That's it. We didn't even hit the half hour, man. I'm at 24 minutes right now. How awesome is that? So that's what happens when you stay on task and you stay on schedule. So thank you. 2020 season premiere of our 20th season. Look at that, 2020 kicking off with the season premiere of our 20th season. I didn't even think about that till right now. How coincidental. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting the show on a weekly basis. Our official website is miontheair.com. Make sure you bookmark that. Of course, our socials, right? Facebook.com/amiontheair. Twitter.com/amiontheair. Follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. You can follow me on Stardust as well, and I'll follow you back. You're going to want Stardust. Download it on your mobile phone today. Follow me at Simply Don Mega, DONMEGA. Yes, we're available on Apple Podcast. But if the Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We got you covered on Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Google Play. We're all over the interwebs, so don't worry. You can find us very easily. And we're also available on YouTube. We're available on Instagram. Just look up Am I on the Air? And thank you to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's reddragonsradio.com. Okay? Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. That'll do it for me on this Monday, January the 6th. I don't even think I went through the date at the beginning. Monday, January the 6th, 2020. Broadcasting live from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona. I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great week. Look for that Star Wars Rise of Skywalker spoiler review, hopefully coming out later this week. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully I'm not plugging something that never happens. And take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody!
Red Dragon!